So today on Keeping the Country, we're going to come back to the firewood. You remember the firewood we had talked about in one of them episodes? Well, today we're covering how to make charcoal. And the reason why I'm going to make charcoal is because we raise our own food around here. And hell, raising your own food and you go out and got to buy that $7 bag of charcoal. Who wants to do that? Every time I go to that store, it just irks me to spend that $7. Then you need a lighter fluid. Then you got to wait. Then it tastes like shit. So today what we're going to do is, see them beer boxes? That's how I started a fire. I really didn't drink them all today. But you do need beer to do this job because it requires a bonfire. So let me start by saying what I do is take all them little pieces of firewood. You know, they won't stack, and hell, it's not right. And so what I do is I cut them. And when I cut them in, pieces. See that beer? I told you need beer for this job. Well, anyway, so I cut them pieces up, and I'll just throw them on the ground, and then it piles up. Well, then I'll get the old log splitter out here, see? And I take them and I split them to this size. And this is wild cherry. I'm doing a batch of wild cherry for my first batch. But anyway, that's fist size. I don't know if you can tell by the video, but you're supposed to make them about fist size. And then after you get them all to fit, about the size of your fist, I just put them in any little buckets I found. But after you get that established, what you do is take a barrel. See that? That's a burn barrel. And I put 5 holes, like 2 inches, diameter in the bottom of that, kind of towards the middle. I don't know, leaving about 6 inches around the bottom. But then I got it on them bricks, 2 inches up. And then, well, the tin down there, see, whenever you get this all going and the fire's going and I start throwing them in there, well, you got to check this thing off. And what I mean by check it off is shut every bit of air to this thing down. So around that bottom, what I'll do is, naturally, I got to get rid of ashes in the house. So what I'm going to do is bring them buckets of ashes up here, and then I'll put them all around the bottom of that, see, and no more airflow. It stops it. And the tin, it's just making it easier to clean that up later, so this rock don't get all, I don't know, nasty, and it rains on it, and hell, it'd be sloppy. Anyway, so now I got a pretty hot fire in there, and I mean, it's pretty damn hot. So I'm going to let that thing go for a while. Heather, grab that lid, would you? I'm going to let that thing go, and then we're going to start throwing these pieces here in a minute, and I'm going to show you the lid system here that I made. I mean, hell, people got 1,000 ways to do it, but you see how whenever we cut that barrel, I left that little bitty lip on there? Well, that little bitty lip is how I'm going to check this down. But all right, let me kind of start at the beginning now. With the fire being built, what we're going to do is we're going to start throwing that wood in fist size, and we're going to throw that in there until we get her, damn near full. Hell, I got the splitter and more wood there with the beer. Hi, Trix. Yep, she's here again, guys. But anyway, if I need to make more, I will with that. Tomorrow's batch is going to be hickory, and the following day I'm going to do some oak. But I don't know if we'll cover that on this video anymore. I'm just kind of showing you guys just in case you want to do it. So anyway, with that being said, we get this going in, and I'll have this full, okay? And now it's going to, once you think all them pieces are caught fire enough to where you can start to choke it down, I made this. Not everybody's going to have a diamond plate like that, but I was lucky enough to have the damn thing laying around, and I thought it looked pretty cool, so I made it out of it. I just took a grinder and made it the size of that, see? So, all right, let's get back to this now. Anyway, once it gets full and this fire is not going to go out, you need to take them ashes I was telling you I got in the basement and put them all the way around that thing, except you got to leave a 4-inch opening, And then after you get that all done, you take this lid and you cover it just about 3/4 of the way full. And this sucker is going to smoke. And I mean, it's going to blow some white smoke. And it's going to blow that smoke for, I guess, damn near 2 hours. So once that white smoke, and it keeps it going, and once she starts to get about, hell, it's kind of blue now. I don't know if you can see that blue. That means that wood that's in there is done. So once that starts getting a little blue, then you're going to take that lid and you're going to completely put it on there and put a brick on top to shut all that airflow. Remember that 4-inch open we leave down here? We're going to fill that up too. So what that's going to do is completely check that fire down and let them smolder out. Once they smolder out, You let it sit for 24 hours. So let's say 5 o'clock tomorrow, I'm going to come back out. I'm going to dump it on a piece of tin and I'm going to bag it. Hell, I'm just going to use simple old feed bags that we get corn in all the time, and I'm just going to bag them up. But I'm going to have, probably, I guess, 4 bags of this here will make a batch, and then hopefully I'll get another 4 hickory and another 4 oak, and yeah, then you can just mix, match, do whatever you got to do to make the right flavor. Hell, that cherry was pretty. That's why I started with it. Wild cherry, boy, it's just a pretty wood. But anyway, so that's the gist of how I'm going to do this today, and maybe we'll do a little thing tomorrow on showing you what it turned out like, and so anyway, all right, guys, that's what we do out here when we're keeping it country.